Hello everybody, welcome back to it, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Well, to start with, it was just really good. I thought it was a lot of fun to watch, and honestly, a lot of it made sense with it. Now, I really love watching people play the games. That's fun to watch. But that's about, you get several of the people involved with cameos. So, probably the most prominent, it was the best kept secret of the whole movie, the Matt Pat cameo. If you don't know who that is, he's the guy that runs Game Theory, Film Theory, Food Theory, all the theory channels. And so that was actually a great surprise because it really seemed like he wasn't getting any kind of cameo. Kind of stinks he didn't get to interact with any of the animatronics, but who knows, maybe in the sequel. Speaking of the sequel, one theory that I had, so just going to go ahead and get into spoilers. One theory that I had, I completely thought we were not going to see William Afton in the Springlock suit. Because I figured, well, you're already doing this, right? And you might have some kind of sister location tease with Abby. Rearrange the letters a little bit, you get baby. I figured they probably want to stuff Abby into the baby animatronic. So I figured, well, you got to save something for the sequel. So I actually thought they were going to have Springtrap be remote controlled in this movie. The system fail, and then we would get to see Matthew Lillard actually get inside of the suit in the next movie. I was wrong about that. I'm glad that I was wrong about that. And, of course they leave him alive because he always comes back. I'm actually shocked that they included that, because while it is the character's catchphrase in the games, I'm going to be honest, I didn't even think that they were going to put that in there. Don't know why, it just didn't cross my mind. While we're on the topic of Matthew Lillard, he doesn't have a lot of screen time, but what he does get, he is probably the best part of the movie. Or one of them, anyway. Because Matthew Lillard, and what I've seen him in, which is, I've seen him in this, Scooby-Doo, that was a long time ago, and obviously Scream. Whenever he's on screen, he instantly becomes the most memorable part of the whole thing. And so that's just really fun to watch him play this role just crazily. Other things to note, apart from that, the knife wipe, we typically don't see Springtrap with a knife in the FNAF games, but this time we see him with a knife, and the way that he wipes it, it feels like a reference to Stu, because Stu is the first Ghostface to do the knife wipe. But I honestly do think that he will return, obviously, because Matthew Lillard said he signed a 3-movie deal. So, yeah. And while I was wrong about that, I was right about the animatronics wanting to use Abby for the baby animatronic. Probably an easy theory to make, but considering I've been wrong a lot with stuff this year, to the point where I'm honestly considering making a video on stuff I got wrong, hey, I'll take any kind of theory that I get right. So that was fun to see that, that they were actually kind of hinting towards Baby showing up in the sequel or something. I don't know. Maybe the whole point of the sequel will be the bad guys are trying to bring Baby to life. That's my theory on that. But another thing that I thought was great about this movie was Josh Hutcherson was actually really good in the movie. I've only really seen him in the Journey movies, Journey to the Center of the Earth with Brendan Fraser, and Journey to the Mysterious Island with The Rock. So, I was kind of interested. I didn't know how he would do as the protagonist, because he's always sort of he was a secondary character in those movies. But I thought he was really good in this movie and had a very interesting story. So yeah. Also, it pretty much seems like he is not Michael Afton. Because in the games, Mike Schmidt is Mike Afton. Or at least that's what it seems like. So basically now, and also it kind of makes sense considering that Vanessa is Afton's daughter, which actually, I'm more okay with that than the game's explanation of how the two of them know each other, which is Afton computer virus gets uploaded into her brain. Yeah, that's a sentence. And I'm glad the movie didn't go there, because that would have been a really weird direction for the first movie. But, I think it kind of makes sense for that to be the case. So, it's just a fun movie. A lot of things that, people who, even just people who've, watched people play the games will get. And then, of course, there's obviously going to be a lot of stuff for the fans of the franchise. And then also, just on top of that, it's a good movie as well. It was really fun to watch. I can't wait for the sequel. And, yeah, I'm going to give this movie, I'm going to give it, I think, an 8.5 out of 10. You know what? No, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. It's really good. It leaves a lot of mysteries open-ended. So, let's actually talk about what I think the sequel will be. I still think somehow we're going to get some kind of sister location adaptation for the next one. But, there's a lot of other games as well. We could get something for Security Breach. I don't know, but with them kind of teasing Baby, it does really seem like they're setting up sister location for the sequel. And then maybe we'll get some kind of pizzeria simulator for the final movie of the trilogy. Either way, it was a very fun movie. I would highly recommend you go watch it. That's it for this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll always be back.